There's only a handful of wrestlers you can say have accomplished it all in the WWE, and this man is one of them. Triple H is the apex of success in the WWE. He's wrestled through multiple eras and has remained amongst the best. Many have fallen to his pedigree, and many have fallen to his might. He describes himself as the King of Kings, but we see a god in human form. But what was it like before he ascended the grand stage of success? What was it like before he figured out his calling to be an A-list wrestler? What was it like before he became Triple H? There's only one way to find out the answers to these questions, so join us as we take a trip to the roots of where it all started for Triple H, before the lights, the camera and the action. But be sure to stick to the end of this video where we reveal the epic moment he won his first WWE, formerly WWF, Championship. Without further ado, let's begin. As you might have guessed, Triple H is actually not his real name. His real name is Paul Michael Levesque, and he was born in Nashua, New Hampshire on July the 27th, 1966. Wrestling has always been a part of Levesque's life. He was that super fan who knew the names and finishing moves of every wrestler he saw on television. When he became a little older, he decided he wanted to be a bodybuilder, trying to get those chiseled abs and smoking biceps like a pro wrestler. Also keep in mind that he was quite tall for his age, so a combination of his height and his build pushed him into sports like basketball and baseball while he attended Nashua South High School. But deep down he knew he wanted to get a taste of what it felt like to be a wrestler, so he didn't even think of chasing a professional career in those sports. Fast forward to the year 1987. Levesque graduated high school and started enrolling in bodybuilding competitions. In 1998, his grind at the gym paid off, after he won the Mr. Teenage Hampshire competition at the age of 19. It was at this point that his journey to becoming one of the greatest wrestlers of our time started to take its form. For Levesque, going for bodybuilding competitions wasn't really paying his bills. He had a side job as a gym manager in his hometown of Nashua, but that side job ended up paying more than just his bills. Now listen closely to where all this is going. On a random day at the gym, he was privileged to see former powerlifter champion Ted Arcidi. Ted at the time was also an employee of the WWE. When Levesque found out about this, he persuaded Ted to introduce him to a few WWE superstars and executives so they could give him a tryout. Ted finally agreed to do it. He introduced Levesque to former WWE superstar Killer Kowalski. When the two met, Kowalski knew Levesque had the physique to be a pro wrestler. He also knew that if he was to go for a tryout with the WWE, he'd get sent back home faster than he could say jack. Why? Well, it's simple. Levesque had zero experience in the ring, and there was no way the WWE would sign him. Killer Kowalski decided to enroll Levesque in his wrestling school instead. The school that finally changed him from Levesque to the Game. After training in Killer Kowalski's wrestling school, Levesque made his professional wrestling debut on March the 24th, 1992 in Kowalski's promotion. He wrestled under the ring name Rising. Well, thank goodness he changed that name, because it kinda sounds off. It was also at this promotion that he met future WWE colleagues Chyna and Perry Saturn. From there he signed a one-year contract with the WCW. While working with the WCW, Levesque was privileged to meet with WWE CEO Vince McMahon. He tried persuading Vince into signing him to the WWE, but Vince turned him down. When the owner of a company turns you down, there's really not much you can do to impress any of the executives, right? Well, that's wrong. Levesque tried to put up his best performance any time Vince and his executives came around to scout talents for their promotion. After months and months of trying, Vince finally saw some potential in Levesque, and extended him a contract to hop into the main roster of the WWE. In April 1995, Levesque joined the WWE and debuted with the in-ring name Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Just in case you didn't know, that's the full meaning of Triple H. After a few storylines that involved him entering the ring with famous Playboy models, his career started to stall. At this time he already had his first match at WrestleMania and was the Intercontinental Champion, but his gimmick wasn't sending sparks to the WWE Universe, putting his job on the line. He needed something, anything, to get on the good side of the company and the fans. This led to the creation of the greatest faction in the history of professional wrestling, DGeneration X. Shawn Michaels and Triple H created DGeneration X, or DX for short, in 1997. DX did the riskiest promos you can imagine. This was in the Attitude Era of the WWE, so almost anything was allowed. The members of DX were Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chyna, and Rick Rude. But inside the DX faction there was another faction, the faction of Triple H and Chyna. Triple H and Chyna had some of the best matches together with DX. One of those involved a match at WrestleMania 14 where Triple H faced Owen Hart and won after interference from Chyna. Sadly, it was after WrestleMania 14 that fellow DX member Shawn Michaels was forced into early retirement after he sustained a real back injury. This placed Triple H as the leader of the faction, with the WWE pushing him to main event status. His push to main event status started with a feud between The Rock and the Corporation. This was one of the most twisted and perfectly written storylines WWE had going on. The storyline picked up after Shawn Michaels, whom we thought was out of competition, came back as a member of the Corporation. He betrayed his former stable DX to become the commissioner of the Corporation. Of course, seeing Shawn Michaels on the enemy's side was a bad sight for Triple H and the rest of DX, but what was more painful was when the powerhouse of DX, Chyna, betrayed Triple H. In a DX versus the Corporation Royal Rumble style match, Chyna surprised everyone by emerging victorious. Unfortunately, her victory was only a springboard to her forsaking DX and joining the Corporation. It was hard to believe. Many fans kept asking why she did it. Chyna's position was solidified when she helped Shane McMahon defeat X-Pac for the European Championship. It was like Triple H was all alone. Shawn was gone, Chyna was gone, and X-Pac lost the European Championship. He was left with only one choice that led to him winning his first WWE Championship. Before we talk about that, let's do something for you watching this video. We're doing a shout-out contest for our subscribers. So if you want to get a personal shout-out from us, go comment EPIC in the comments section below and stand a chance to win the contest. It's pretty easy, so go comment EPIC now. At WrestleMania 15, Triple H went head-to-head with a member of the Corporation, Kane, while X-Pac had his rematch for his European Championship against Shane McMahon. We've got to tell you, this WrestleMania was and still is one of the best WrestleManias Triple H has been a part of. It was a dose of unrefined entertainment. Triple H managed to win his match against Kane after Chyna caused an interference. But Chyna was part of the Corporation, so fans thought maybe she had a change of heart and wanted to be a part of DX once again. However, later that night, during X-Pac's title fight, Triple H came down to the ring to cause an interference. But the twist here is, the interference wasn't to help his partner, X-Pac. It was for Shane McMahon to retain the title, meaning he was joining the Corporation. From Chyna joining DX back to Triple H joining the Corporation, this storyline was nuts, and Triple H was at the center of it all. In April 1999, Triple H started to move away from his DX look. He started taping his fists for matches, sporting new and shorter wrestling trunks, and adopting a shorter hairstyle. His gimmick changed even more as he fought to earn a WWE Championship opportunity. After failed attempts at winning the championship, Triple H and Mankind challenged then WWE Champion Stone Cold Steve Austin to a triple threat match at SummerSlam, which featured Jesse the Body Ventura as the special guest referee. Mankind won the match by pinning Austin. However, in an incredible turn of events, Mankind's world was turned upside down. The following night on Raw is War, Triple H defeated Mankind to win his first WWE Championship. The Game, the cerebral assassin, Triple H, claimed his first WWE Championship in style. The works of Triple H inside the ring and behind the scenes as a WWE executive cannot be replicated by anyone. He's the mastermind behind the talents of NXT, and the truth is, we just can't give him enough credit for what he's done in the company. Triple H is and always will be the Game. Make sure you check out this other video showing on your screen. Bye for now.